Hey everybody, welcome back to 50 Shades of Tay. I'm here with J. Scott Campbell and Tanya Lehoux.
Hi.
Who together have created some really, well, I was going to say amazing, but that might be a little bit too on the nose.
Wonderful choice of word.
Covers of Spider-Man issue 25, and they got to collaborate. Scott obviously was the illustrator and Tanya was the colorist for these issues.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her first Marvel work.
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
It is exciting. I was very excited. I was so eager to help out. And I asked him if I could help. And then he was like, yeah, do you want to color these for me? I'm running out of time. And I'm like, I'll do it. I'll do
Always
it,
running
sir.
out of time. Well, Tanya was actually an inspiration for these for multiple reasons because she's the one who kind of got me down the K-pop rabbit hole,
That's very true.
for lack of a better word, over the last several months. So when I was trying to rack my brain about a way of doing another set of covers featuring, I mean, I've drawn so many covers with Black Cat, with MJ, with Gwen Stacy that you start to, at a certain point, start to go, okay, I can kind of repeat myself, but you're always looking for like another idea, another way of doing it. So suddenly, like I said,
Then I popped up and was like, watch these K-pop videos with me.
But I don't think,
popped up.
Yes, exactly. pun intended,
Oh my
I think,
gosh.
in that case.
I pulled him in. I sucked him in.
But I don't think even you thought I was going to make a
No.
comic book out of it. I think that kind of took you by surprise.
It did, yeah.
So I had this idea. I was like, I was going to make. I thought I'd do fashion covers. Was my first thought. I thought, oh, K-pop will be one of like maybe like several other fashion. I was going to do like a runway one and stuff like that. But then there were so many ideas from the K-pop influence. I was like, I'll just make them all K-pop. And then when it came to coloring, I was in a bit of a bind. My typical colorist was, she was traveling that whole month, so she wasn't available. And I was like, well, this is kind of like I had to kind of like test the waters with Tanya to say like, do you want to do one? Is that too much pressure? And she jumped right in and said she tackled them all, which is great because it was a perfect subject matter for her because I think anime and K-pop is very in her just thinking, so I think it was the perfect Spider-Man cover to have her do her first one because it was just so in her wheelhouse, I think.
Okay, so we have cover A here, which, well, I can't really pick a favorite because I feel like I'm going to say this is my favorite, but then we'll get to B and then C. What can you tell me about cover A? First of all, I love the little characters that are on there.
What would you call those?
Like
emojis?
Emojis, yeah.
And the pink just pops so well.
It does. I know.
I feel like that's synonymous with classic K-pop. You gotta have the pink in there.
You gotta have the pink. And I love, as you can tell, I love pink so much.
And by the way, for you guys looking at that, this is the sample. We only have sample copies because these ones are all signed for customers. So we can't really like. But this is usually what they look like when I'm testing my markers. So you can kind of see the cover's buried under some marker tests there, but it is there. You can see the top half anyway. But yeah, the little emoji guys. That was kind of. To me, what it kind of reminded me of is, even though I don't think it's that much present in K-pop videos, to me, a lot of the K-pop videos were kind of hand in hand with like Hello Kitty and that sort of like sort of Japanese pop art kind of. So to me, I thought it'd be kind of fun if the logo and these little characters sort of had that extra little pop of energy, kind of like to kind of give it that playfulness. But so that worked out.
Well, a lot of K-pop groups actually have their own specific emojis.
Yeah, maybe that's what.
So they're a group now. These ladies, they're their own K-pop group.
Yeah.
So they have their own little emojis.
But those were fun to come up with. It was kind of. I think you came in and said like, I didn't think you could even draw like
this. That's what I think. People get confused and think that maybe I drew them or something
Oh, really?
or
I didn't
colored
know.
them. I don't know, but
I can see why.
100% you. Like the outfit designs are all you. The emojis are all you.
Well, I would run stuff by you to say, does this look right? Does this read right? And stuff like that.
But I think sometimes I get a little too much credit for my influence on this. It's not, I didn't do anything except for look at the references and say, okay, how does this look? And then you're basically art directing me the whole time. So.
Oh gosh.
That is.
All right, so here is cover B of issue 25 of The Amazing Spider-Man. This one, I can't say is my favorite because
it is my favorite though.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my favorite one. Because they're in their glamour stage get-up, and I really love the nighttime look of it.
It's very fun.
Well, yeah, that was kind of the idea. We thought this was kind of considered what we kind of considered K-pop prep. kind of.
Yeah, they're getting ready. They're in there.
And this is a lot of people correctly identified. This is probably most influenced by Twice, the group Twice, which has a very sort of preppy, a lot of pink and stuff like that. This is definitely, I would say, more in the black pink Espa sort of like vein of like the, again, kind of a more severe glam, kind of like almost like there's an intensity or sort of like edgy. Maybe that's the good word. So that's sort of the idea there. And also too, each one. I changed the shuffle. I shuffled out, like, obviously you have MJ front center here, Black Cat front and center there, and eventually the last one has Gwen.
Well, they all need their ending fairies. They all need their time in the spotlight.
Well, and speaking of the end, here is cover C. And there, what would you call this? Like the streetwear, right?
Streetwear, yeah.
And you were telling me earlier, you showed me the video that her outfit is based off of. Gwen's outfit is based off of.
Yeah, it's a kind of an amalgam, but I would say she's very influenced in this look probably from Lisa from Blackpink, probably, because she also, being the rapper, I guess you could say, of Blackpink, has more of that street vibe. So that's why we kind of thought, okay, let's give her kind of like streetwear that kind of feels like that era or that look. I would say probably that one's definitely a hodgepodge of several different street looks, but I mean, street looks usually have more of the denim. Yeah. Definitely the poofy pants. And in Gwen's case, she's got the poofy top, so it balances out that way. But
I really like coloring this one too. This one was probably my favorite one to color. Maybe not. Maybe
this one really pops in person too. When anybody who ordered the set, I think this is one of the ones that like the color really looks good on this particular one.
We tried to give it like a evening or early morning glow, which was really fun.
Yeah, like a magic hour kind of thing. Kind of, so, and I even had to that graffiti too. I had to hand draw that graffiti. So I had to basically, I traced the original Amazing Spider-Man logo and then just tried to graffiti it up.
So cool,
give it that look. So
yeah, you did great with that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was tricky. It's tricky too because graffiti by nature is a very, I don't think this is being derogatory to it. It's a very loud, somewhat obnoxious color scheme usually. So, and as colorists and as designers of covers, the last thing you want is a chaotic color scheme. So we had to kind of create a sense of chaos without it being visually chaotic. So that was a tricky.
Which one's your favorite, Taylor?
Ooh, well,
that's a good question.
It's so hard to choose. I don't know. I've been looking at the pink one so much, so I'm gonna have to go with that one just because the pink is so vibrant.
Taylor's helping me sign all these for you folks who are out there who have ordered these.
Yeah, it's been really fun.
So we were looking. The most copies that we had to sign were of the A, so we've been looking at the A cover quite a bit. A's are always the most plentiful whenever we do a collection, and then they get smaller in
it's interesting because looking at them digitally, this one was my least favorite, but printed, it's actually one of my. It's like probably my second favorite one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because I think I got like maybe just tired of looking at the pink when I was coloring.
It's a lot of pink. Well, pink and fuchsia typically print very well, especially on Marvel covers. I don't know what it is. They tend to. In fact, we even have statistics that show that like whenever we do covers that have a lot of pink or purple on them, they typically sell very well.
Ooh, purple.
It's actually really funny that way. Yeah,
purple's my favorite color. But the pink actually turned out really nice printed. So
yeah.
One of my favorite details, sorry, I forgot to point this out on the cover C, is 25th Avenue.
Oh, you caught that?
Yeah. Since it's 25th.
Yeah, that was like, and it was funny too, there was a point where we were kind of in danger of like maybe having to bump it to issue 26.
Oh.
So I don't know if I would have left that detail in there or taken it out. But this is also something too for deep divers out there who might have collected my comics in the past. The very first time I drew all three of these girls together was on a ASM or Amazing Spider-Man number 25. I did a shot of them all laying on the ground in like a star shape, and it was a very, very popular exclusive comic that I did. And so this was kind of started off as like, I want to put all three on the cover again because they've renumbered them and now they're back to issue 25. So the thought was to circle back to that grouping that way. But then once I got into the fashion stuff, I'm not sure if that thread was as obvious, but that was the idea of why I wanted to definitely make sure all three of them were on. I mean, it doesn't really have anything to do, the interiors of the story have nothing to do with what this is. I mean, exclusive covers typically, and in this case, these are only available on my website. You can kind of make them whatever you want. They're kind of like Elseworld or alternate, it's like multiversal. Yeah. so none of what's happening on this cover has anything to do with this going on the inside. I think MJ is in there, but that's about it.
So these issues, as you were saying, are available on your website. Where can people go if they want to order them?
Yes, these ones, we initially maxed out our orders already, and those are on jscottcampbell.com, but we're about to ship out all the pre-orders, and once our pre-orders have all been fulfilled and our initial early bird customers have been have had theirs sent out, then we're able to go through with the stock we have left and then offer it again. Sometimes even as individuals, because a lot of these were in packs, like 2 packs and 3 packs. So yeah, they kind of commit to the whole set. So I don't have an exact date on that, but if you guys are interested in picking up these books, I definitely highly recommend you go to jscottcampbell.com and get on our mailing list. That way you'll be the first to know when we are offering these again, and you can definitely get in there and get yourself some copies.
Sweet, thank you guys.
If you are going to Comic-Con this year, you will be selling them at Comic-Con, correct?
I think we might have some of these. Well, we'll have something special at Comic-Con in relation to this. We'll see. We'll see if we'll. I mean, I'm not sure how many quantities we'll have to take to Comic-Con, but definitely if you're at Comic-Con and you like these books, you'll probably be excited to come by and see what we have for you.
Cool. Thank you guys
so
much for joining me.
Thanks,
I appreciate it. This is so fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
Thanks.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.